guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ella here. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining the family, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate your love on YouTube. And if you haven't liked or shared or left a comment on my video, what you waiting for? Let's be friends and chat with me in the comment section below. Please like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. So I really apologize, I haven't done my car series this week because life happened. So I am coming to you today with my car series, Chat with Ella, on the school run. And I wanted to talk about accepting your body image, accepting, you know how they say that experience is the best teacher. Experience leaves you a scar, that every time that you go into that situation, you're not doing the same things that you did if they didn't yield good results. You've learned from that experience. Yeah, I just want to talk about my own insecurities. I know a lot of you would have seen, and some people are probably wondering why I have the scar here, if you can see that. And I just wanted to talk about how my insecurity with the scar has not allowed me to feel like I'm pretty. I know that people say like pretty privilege and all of that, and beauty's in the eye of the beholder. For a long time, I struggled with how I looked and how people would look at me, because I thought that people, not that I thought, when I was younger, I would get to why I have the scar. But when I was younger, in school, in secondary school, I remember getting really teased and and guys making fun of me because I had a scar, and that, that meant that my lips were a little bit bigger than everybody else. So I remember like just walking in the corridor and would just hear whispers or just laughs, and there would the guys would just whisper and just laugh and just say maybe that I wasn't pretty and I didn't look good because I had a scar. And it knocked my confidence. It knocked the way I looked at myself. And a lot of times I would actually like sit down and cry and just question, and I would just question God, and I would just say, why didn't my own scar go? Why is it that I had to go through 2 surgeries and a plastic surgery, and still, yeah, I'm still carrying a scar, reminding me of what happened to me, reminded me that my face is not the way it used to be. And I remember I just used to think that I wasn't pretty, I didn't look good enough like my sister, because I've got a sister. And it took me a while to like come to terms and just leave, just know that my scar is my unique identity. It's how I am. It's how I am going to be. And it doesn't matter if I have a scar, that I'm still beautiful, that I'm still a woman. I'm still strong enough. Because I think a lot of times when we go through trauma as kids, it stays with us, and we end up either like not living past the trauma, or staying with the trauma and just sitting in it, and it just affects every part of our life. So let me tell you how I got the scar. So I can't remember how old I was. I would have been 7 or 8 or even 6. I can't remember. The only thing I can remember is that growing up back in Nigeria, my mom used to own a retail outlet for Coca-Cola. And I remember the warehouse bringing the what's it called? Oh, English has failed me now. what is that called? Being the delivery of the soft drinks, and they were because back in Nigeria, at the soft drinks, the fizzy drinks, they come in crates. Ignore the car coming if you can hear it. I apologize for that. I'm sat right in front of the kids' school. So I remember getting the delivery of our normal supplies of minerals. That's what we called it in back home. And I remember us. This is another thing where when you have help, be very mindful of what your help ask your kids to do. Be mindful of I think right now that's what makes me a more present parent, because I am intentional in who is around my kids. And this is not to blame anyone, but I remember just coming back from school and having to help out, and I remember the help getting the delivery, and I remember the help saying everyone should help carry stuff into the shop. And of course I was 7. I can't carry a crate of mineral. By the way, a crate of soda or mineral as we called it then, I think they contain 24 bottles of Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fanta, whatever it is. And I remember being asked to carry it. My mom wasn't there. I was being asked to carry it by the help, and then I lifted it, but I carried it. I remember just all I can remember in my head is just falling into the crate of soda, crate of mineral, 24 bottle of them. I just remember just like, when you carry something and you don't have the power, it's heavier than you. I remember carrying it, being able to carry it, and when I wanted to put it down, I couldn't put it down, and I remember screaming for someone to help me, but no, I don't know if the help had, or she just didn't want to help. I remember just dropping the crate because it was so heavy, and literally falling into the crate, and that was it. All I could just remember was just lying in a pool of blood. I didn't know, actually, at first I didn't even know if what I caught. I didn't know if it was my head, I just remember lying in the pool of blood. And next thing, waking up in the theater, trying to, with the surgeon, trying to put my face back together. Nothing. I was a child, but the trauma of that, and even up till now, I still don't respond that much to sedatives. I still don't respond that much to what's the medical thing for that, for what they give you before surgery. I remember actually sitting on that lying on the surgery table in so much pain, literally in pain, and being sedated and for the surgery, and I stood up and ran away. I literally stood up from the table and ran away, with blood soaked in me. That was how terrified I was. I'm still terrified today of surgery. And from then on, it was like, I think right now it's even like it looks better now. When it initially happened, I remember just looking at myself and not feeling good about myself. I remember looking at myself and saying to my mom that I wasn't beautiful. And I think my mom realized how the scar affected me, because my bottom lip was so huge, and I just thought, how am I going to walk around like this? And I think my mom was also concerned of how my face would be, or how this would disfigure my face. And I had to do plastic surgery, so they had to take some flesh from my. I remember going to the consultation with my mom from one surgeon back in Nigeria, in Cross River State, bless his soul, he's now late. I remember just going with my mom, and my mom just so worried about how I looked and how this was going to affect me. And she begged this surgeon that if there was anything that he could do, because he was the best surgeon around in town, that if there was anything that he could do to reduce the scar or even make it go away. And I had to go through 2 plastic surgeries to get flesh out of my lap. I think some flesh was taken out of my lap. I remember them saying it was going to take it out of my lap, and it was actually put on my chin just so they can put my chin back together, because the cut was so deep that the stitches were not, the first stitches were not good enough, first of all. And so I did 2 surgeries, and this became the end result. And I know for a while I struggled with, having a scar on my, I was always very conscious of how I looked, and I just thought, oh my god, nobody will ever like me. I would never, I would never, have be in a relationship, or I'll never be attracted to anyone, because all they would see is my scar. And I just remember just, having to talk to God, and just my faith is what really helped me in going through that trauma, in going through that stigma, because sometimes I still feel that, I don't look good enough, that my scars, my scar is, just hindering what I look like. And I think in learning to live with my scar, and knowing that my scar is my unique it's my unique stamp, and that I am beautiful no matter how I look and how my face look. I know that a lot of people meet me, and that sometimes people look at me and I can tell that they want to ask what happened to you, and they don't know how to ask because of the society that we're in now. But I just remember really struggling with how I look. I just remember really struggling with, thinking I wasn't beautiful enough. I remember struggling and just letting people take advantage of me, because I thought I wasn't beautiful enough because of my scar. And that really knocked my confidence, and that took me a while. So I wanted to come out to you today to just share, to be vulnerable today to you, to share my experience of not of feeling less pretty, to share my experience of thinking, well, I don't look pretty enough, I don't look like a normal, like, anyone who doesn't have a scar, and so I don't get the privilege of people who are, fresh faced and who don't have scars. And one thing that has always stuck with me is, it doesn't matter what trauma that you go through, it matters what you do to get out of your trauma. And even though I'm going to live with this scar for the rest of my life, I know that I am beautiful. I know that it doesn't matter if I have a scar. Sometimes I don't even remember that it's there. Sometimes I am very conscious that, my scar is there. And sometimes I look at my daughter now, and and I see me in her, and I almost think, would this have been how my face would have looked like, even though she looks like her dad. But I mean, I almost look and just say, how would I have looked if I didn't have a scar? It doesn't really bother me now, but it was one of the vulnerable things that, one of the things that I was so insecure about, one of the things that stopped me from having relationships, one of the things that made me not to feel so good about myself throughout my teenage years, one of the things that, that made me less confident. And I just want to say out to anyone out there that sees something on somebody's body that doesn't look like the norm, please don't make fun of people. It doesn't matter if you're, if you're a teenager or if you're young. Because I remember, I just remember vividly in secondary school, I used to be so made fun of. Even after secondary school, guys wouldn't want to date me because, I didn't, my scar was almost like getting in the way. And when they ask me what happened to you and I don't want to talk about it, it's almost like I feel like they just switch off. And I just want to just talk to talk to all the meanies out there. You don't know what, you don't know what people go through. You don't know what causes people to have scar. I don't really talk about how I got my scar. I know sometimes people are afraid to ask. But I just thought I should come in here and just encourage someone out there who is living with a scar. It might be physical to you. Yours might not be as visible as mine is. It might be a scar from a hurt from a previous relationship. It might be a scar from an abuse. Whatever your scar is, I want you to take a moment to just realize that your scar doesn't define you. Your scar doesn't take away who you are. It doesn't take away who you are as a person. It doesn't take away the uniqueness that you bring into the world. And whatever that scar is, you can work past it. And very soon, the moment you're consciously, intentionally trying to work to overcome your fear, if you need to go to therapy, if you need to talk to somebody, whatever it is that you need to do to make you feel comfortable in your own skin, I just want to encourage you that you are beautiful no matter what you are, no matter how you are, what scar you are, no matter where the scar came from. Don't live in your scar. Live through your scar so that you can be the light, so that you can encourage somebody out there. And that's why I am coming to you today, to be this vulnerable with yourself, to be this vulnerable with you guys. Because I said I was going to be vulnerable. I was going to share my experience, and I thought that now is the time for me to just talk about, I know a lot of you would have seen my picture and just wondered why, if it's why I've got a scar. So, yeah, that's the story of how I got my scar. And I know that sometimes I still, struggle with my insecurities, but most of the times I don't remember that it's there, and I'm confident in who I am. I know that I'm beautiful. I know that my trauma was for a reason. I know that I can't live in that trauma. I know that all of those who laughed at me, who didn't think I was beautiful, I am in a healthy relationship, and I just wanted to share with you guys. It doesn't matter what your trauma is. It's your unique identity. You can live through it. Just grab it and show forth and let the world see how beautiful you are and how strong you are. You would come out of whatever trauma, whatever scar that you have. There is healing, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for leaving a comment. And if you struggle with any insecurity, or you've got a scar story that you like to talk about or share, please share with us in the comment section, and let's encourage each other. But for now, thank you, and thank you so much, and have a good day. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a lovely day. Thank you for watching, and I love you guys for watching. Bye bye.